Welcome to Brazos Matters. I'm Jay Sokol. Co-hosting with me today is KAMU student content contributor and senior journalism major at Texas A&M, Macy Litters. Hi, Macy.
Oh, hey, Jay.
Welcome back for another episode.
Thank you.
So here we are once again discussing something that you feel particularly passionate about. You kind of identified it at the beginning of the semester. So give us a little bit of a clue of what today's topic is all about and why it means something to you.
Yeah, so a couple months ago, I think it was in the summer, I saw either an Instagram post or a Facebook post about from y'all's website about overcrowding, and it kind of piqued my interest because I had originally adopted a cat from y'all my freshman year of college, and then we had to give it up again. So I saw that and I was like, I completely forgot I did that, and I am so interested to know more about your side and what goes on in reality there. So yeah.
Okay, well, let's explain who y'all is. Our guest today is Savannah Gaines, Development Director for Aggieland Humane Society. Hey, Savannah.
Hey.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So Macy and I have a good number of questions for you, and we hope it covers a pretty broad spectrum of what happens at Aggieland Humane Society. So, Macy, take it away.
Alrighty. How long have you been working at the Humane Society, and what is your specific role there?
Yeah, I've been working at Aggieland Humane for about 5 years, and I'm in charge of fundraising and marketing, just overseeing all of that. You know, we're a nonprofit, so we depend on the community to make sure we have enough money to take care of these pets.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Jay had brought up to me that this has been your longest career stop. Is there a specific reason for that? Is there a passion behind it that you found?
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the day when I was working in television, the director at the time, he said, where do you see yourself? And I said, well, you know what? I see myself doing something with animals, actually. And so that was 15 years ago. And when this opportunity came up, I took it and never looked back, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah, that's amazing. There are 2 shelters in this community. Explain who the Humane Society serves in the community and who they don't serve.
Yes. So Aggieland Humane is your local, sorry, my headphones kind of falling off. Okay. Yeah, your local nonprofit animal shelter. So we do spay neuter services, microchips, pet food pantry, all kinds of things like that. Mm-hmm. So when we're doing these programs, we serve everyone. But when it comes to if you found a lost pet or something like that, we serve College Station and the rural area of Brazos County. Now, if you found a lost pet in Bryan, you want to make sure it goes to that Bryan municipal shelter, the city shelter, because you want to get it back home. So if my dog got out, I live in Bryan, I would go look at the Bryan shelter for my pet. Mm-hmm.
And do the 2 shelters, are y'all friendly? Do y'all work together and do stuff together?
Yeah. Well, we'd love to do more together, but as of right now, we just kind of communicate on certain things. If maybe a pet's coming their way or something like that. So or if there's a lost pet, just anything like that to help get pets home.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was your question. It's my question.
No.
And what is your pet population like today?
We are looking really good today, but that is because we've had a couple of major adoption events where our communities really come and, stepped up. And also because we are doing transfer right now. So our transfer bus is headed all over America. I think I just saw a message that they crossed over the Hoover Dam recently with, I don't even know how many dogs, like 20 dogs. So
awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Carrie and Ruth for driving the van across the country.
Wait, what is the capacity of your transfer van?
So our transfer van, this is a newer one. It's definitely over 20. There's a lot of kennels in there. It's an RV. You can sleep in there.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're trying to do a lot of transfers. We just got to find partners. We're cold calling a lot of shelters being like, hey.
So, I am hyper focusing on this because I find it fascinating.
It's cool.
Do the staff members, the driver and the passenger, also sleep in the van?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, I haven't done this new transfer van. We haven't had it that long. When I did it, we had a small little van and we just put up little blinders and kind of slept sitting up. So that wasn't good for me. This is like a new thing where you can pull down a bed and everything. And there's like a little kitchenette in there. Like it's a true RV. So everyone stays in there, and the dogs, and there's certain gas stations that have little dog parks, and take the dogs out, do little mini play groups with the dogs. They can get enrichment. It's fun, but it's a lot of work.
And so, is there a predetermined place for each one of the animals in the van before the van leaves town?
Yeah, the goal is that we have one shelter that we're kind of paired up with, whatever state will take extra pets. But for this particular one, we couldn't get one shelter to take a bunch. So I think they're making like 2 to 3 stops.
And this is a multi-state endeavor.
Yes.
And I guess this happens multiple times a year.
Yes. When there's been times where there's not enough space up north for them to take anything, and they're like, we can't take anything. But yeah, now we're in it. So
is there a state too far away that you won't go to?
No, we will go anywhere. Texas has a major overpopulation crisis. We're one of the major states that's constantly dealing with it. So we will do anything to save the lives as long as we have the money and the resources. We'll take a pet, not a pet. We'll take, a couple dozen pets. Wherever.
So I was about to ask, is the northern states, are they less populated and less crowded than the southern states, or do you know just Texas?
Yeah, so they're definitely less crowded. California and Texas, Louisiana were some of the major overpopulation states. So yeah, they're just not as crowded. They don't have the same issues that we have down here, different spay-neuter laws and things like that.
I see.
Yeah.
So tell me more. Say more about Texas being a crisis state. What does that mean?
So Texas, our save rate, however many pets are getting brought into shelters and things like that, the save rate is not great compared to other states. Some states are considered no kill, which means they're saving over 90% of their populations. But overall in Texas, I can't remember the numbers, but it's very, very low. We're not there yet. So trying to focus on saving more pets,
Yeah. I am assuming because the cost of everything is going up for households, which equates to financial strain and economic uncertainty, that you guys are hearing about it or experiencing it indirectly at the very least. What are the kinds of things that you're hearing from people who come in?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just are struggling. If they are struggling to feed their pets, maybe they've lost housing. We do see that sometimes. So just trying to keep those pets with their people. Food is a major thing, and that's why we recently opened the pet food pantry, because people will feed their pets before they'll feed themselves. But we don't want that. We want your family member to stay with you. So doing free vaccines right now, we just did a big vaccine clinic, and people are coming in to get their second round. So just anything we can with that vet care and that food to make sure that their pets can stay with them and they don't need to give them up because they're going through a hard time.
Tell me a little bit more about the pet food pantry, because when you first told me about that, I had no idea what it was, and I did not know that was even a thing. And so I'd love to hear more about it.
Yes. So I think we've only had it for about 6 months now. We would give out pet food previously, but it wasn't as official. So basically we have this big drive-through thing once a month, and you can come and get pet food for your pet. So if you lost your job, you don't have a job right now, you can come in and get pet food and don't need to worry about that. No judgment, nothing like that. Or even if it's 3 months in a row or whatever, it's an older person, your grandma who doesn't have maybe the financial flexibility like she used to, right? We want these pets to stay with people because they're so important to us and bring us so much joy.
Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pet that was adopted from Aggieland Humane. It could be any pet.
Any pet in the community, surrounding counties. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And so do you give out just food, or is there like supplies like toys or anything else like that y'all give out?
If you need something, we're going to help you. One of my passions is long dogs with short legs. So if I see a long dog with short legs come through, I'm going to give you some stairs to help make sure that your dog can get up and down and doesn't jump off the bed and actually hurt themselves and things like that. So whatever you need. Yeah, you're struggling with your fence. If we have supplies for that, we'll help you with that. If you need a sweater, you have a little chihuahua, your chihuahua's not handling any cool weather at all, even if it's just a breeze, we're trying to get you whatever you need.
So as a nonprofit, I imagine your your budget is kind of razor thin on what you're able to do. And now having this community pet pantry is offering even more. Do you have corporate sponsors that help you make this happen?
Well, we try to find as many sponsors as we can to help. Costco is so great. They give us so much food. Just looking everywhere we can, but majority of our money comes from individual donors and foundations. We're so fortunate that the Adam family like to support Aggieland Humane. They're an amazing family, so we're very fortunate.
Well, and I know, we talked about costs of everything going up for everybody. And I have to think the costs for you guys have gone up as well. How do you make up for those cost increases that you're starting to experience?
What we're doing is we're just trying to let everyone know where we're at. Costs are going up. Here's how much money we have. Here's what we need. For example, this weekend, we know we need more pet food right now because people need pet food right now with everything that's happening, right? So we did a big drive and the community stepped up and listened. So we're just trying to be honest and transparent about what we need and hoping that people will want to come forward.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know this, but when you told me originally, I had the misconception that college students were the main reason why the pet population is so high at the Humane Society. But you said it's not. Can you give me an example of who that could be or why?
Yeah, so really it's anyone. Anyone can be I don't want to say a more responsible pet owner because we don't know what people are going through. So it's not necessarily being responsible or not, but we don't know why the pets could end up in the shelter for many reasons. It's not because you're an irresponsible college student. Like I said when we were talking before, I've had my oldest dog since I was in college. She would like to go tailgate with me, go to parties. So it's not necessarily a college student thing. A lot of the pets that come to the shelter are from out in the county, and those aren't college students. Or when pets get reclaimed, those are their families that are reclaiming them. So we also know that because we have some new data within the past few years that other animal shelters can all submit to a website. We know that our influx matches up with other shelters' influxes. We know that it's not people. I think we've had a correlation causation type thing in the past where people say, oh, well, the students are leaving. That's why the pets are, the population has gone up. Well, we know that everywhere the pet population increases during these times. It is not just here locally. So
what are some of the main reasons that people surrender their pets?
So as far as surrendering their pets, a lot of it is just financial resources or not really understanding how to take care of the pets, maybe like a life change, something like that. But most of the pets that we get in, since we have been a little overcrowded, are pets that are found on the street.
Let me do a quick reintroduction here. If you just tuned in, I'm Jay Sokol, along with Macy Litters. You're listening to Brazos Matters. Our guest today is Savannah Gaines, Development Director for Aggieland Humane Society. So your title of Development Director, and you handle marketing as well. That's an interesting combination because not only do you need people to know you exist and how they can step in and help and the opportunities you provide and so forth, you're out there trying to raise money. How difficult has it been to embrace that role of development director?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because my background is mostly marketing. So I do always want to lead more towards marketing just in general. So definitely like getting in the habit of getting out there and raising money. But we've really found out that combining those two things is really beneficial because of the messaging. It's just so critical to get everyone on the same page with raising money, getting adoptions, getting fosters, spreading the word about community resources. And when we know that, it just meshes better. Yeah.
What do you find that people are most interested in donating to? Is it facility? Is it a program? Is it a specific kind of animal? Like, how do you make that connection? What do you see?
Yeah, we definitely have people who are driven by different things. A lot of people just want to give to the general fund and say, hey, we just want you to have money to
do with it what you want.
Yes. Yeah. But then we have a lot of people who are very passionate about spay neuter. services because, you know, it reduces unwanted litters. And so it helps keep that population down. A lot of people are really interested in the pet food pantry recently, we've seen. But then we also have people who are really interested in medical. So I just like to talk to people and see, you know, what their passion is, what drives them. Are they cat people? Are they dog people? What are they? Previously, dogs were dominating. In the past couple years, cats. People love cats. We can hardly keep cats in the kennels. People want cats.
Is there, a fashionable pet of the moment? It seems like there is some breed or I don't know, so, like French bulldogs, which seem like a good idea. But then I have a friend who has one and who says, I love her, but not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, for me, yes, Frenchies are the number one breed right now. For me, I wouldn't get a Frenchie either. They're adorable. They're lovable. They have breathing problems and they can have back problems. Doodles as well. Very hyper. People say, oh, I want a hyperallergenic dog. Well, I don't know if the benefit, but also they're really smart. They're really energetic. So you got to keep them really entertained, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't say that I've seen, there's we get in Huskies a lot. We get in Australian cattle dogs a lot. We get in German Shepherds, Great Pyrenees, things like that. We get those in a lot. We have had some Frenchies lately. We had a pug recently. But I would say the hot pet of the moment is when we get in guinea pigs or cats.
Really?
Yeah, people are all about the guinea pigs.
What's
people's
interest in the guinea pigs?
I don't know. People love guinea pigs. Yeah. Even our Halloween costume contest, we did a virtual Halloween costume contest, and the winner was a cat with the guinea pigs. The cat was dressed up in like a little devil costume, and the guinea pigs were little angels.
That's so funny.
People love guinea pigs.
How is the cat population at the shelter, at the Humane Society?
We hardly have any cats right now because people are adopting them left and right. I mean, we see a big influx during kitten season where we're like, please come and adopt a cat. But people are they're loving cats. People want to adopt cats.
What is the reasoning for that, do you think?
I have thoughts. I think that, they're maybe a little easier for some people. You can leave them for longer periods of time. They have their litter box. So maybe a little easier than a dog.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I want to talk about fostering. Have you seen an increase or a decrease in people's interest in fostering animals, cats or dogs or guinea pigs?
I think that we've personally, this is anecdotal, seen an increase, and that's because of Dog Day Out, because of that newer program that we have where you can take a dog out for a day. I think that has then turned around and people want to foster because they see how fun that is. Now, I would say during these kitten and puppy seasons during the spring, we're definitely struggling. We need people who can feed these little babies that have no mom, or maybe their mom rejected them, things like that. That's where we see the most need for these fosters.
Well, have these short-term, like overnight or over the weekend opportunities sort of cut into the more traditional fostering scenarios?
I don't think so, because most people are taking them out because they want to kind of test it out. So we see a lot more people that just turn around and adopt the pet, or like they just don't want to keep it overnight. That's why they do the day, or they can only keep it that weekend. So I don't think it's cut into the more traditional fostering at all, where some of these pets that go to foster, they need some long-term medical care and things like that. So I think it's kind of a different subset of people.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I signed up for Dog Day Out a couple weeks ago, and my reasoning behind it was I don't want to raise a dog in an apartment because I would feel too bad. And I love big dogs, so if I ever got one, I would never. But just being able to spend a day with the dog is just like life-changing, and to be able to actually take them out and be able to like let them go play and take them to a park and get them out of the environment they're used to is special. So I agree with that.
It's therapeutic to have a dog, especially like for the college kids,
Yeah.
You're in the dorm.
For the college kids who may bring their family pet to school with them, there's some things they really should do legally regarding that pet, correct?
Yes, you do need to register your pet. Dogs, cats, and ferrets all need to be registered with the Brazos County tag.
What did ferrets do to deserve that?
I didn't ask questions. I just know that it's ferrets, and yeah, we have had some ferrets come in lately, by the way. We've had some parrots lately, all kinds of stuff.
Huh. What? Can you imagine taking a parrot out for
No,
like a weekend?
Yeah, parrot day out.
That's right. Are there consequences though if you bring your pet here from somewhere else and you don't do the local registration? Like what happens to you? What are the consequences?
Yeah, you get a citation from animal control, but also the benefits really outweigh that, because let's say your pet somehow gets out and gets hit by a car. Well, we're going to cover that. Brazos County tag helps cover part of that medical and things like that. So also your stray hold is extended. Let's say your friend was watching your dog and it got out and your friend didn't tell you that it got out, and then you come back 5 days later. Well, your pet has an extended stray hold, so a longer period of time that it's on lost and found. So there's just all kinds of benefits of why you really need that.
Do you think a lot of students that move and bring their childhood dog, that they know that?
No,
because I've never heard of that before. And I had one of my friends bring her dog from her house, and I don't think she ever heard of that.
You need to talk to somebody in marketing. I'm just bringing that up.
Yeah, we do. Also, because we have new tags coming. They're going to be really cool. We haven't even really announced them yet, so I'll tell you all about them. The new county tags will have a QR code on them, and you can scan the QR code and get the contact information for the person right then and there.
Oh, that's great.
It's really cool.
That's going to change everything.
So those will be announced in January. But
is there any kind of legislation that shelters like yours sort of try to get introduced, or you feel like would be helpful to Texas pet owners or shelters that maybe we don't think about or have no idea about?
If I did that kind of stuff, I would push spay neuter.
Yeah.
But because just people say, oh, we had a whoopsie litter. Well, that one whoopsie litter has major consequences. Yeah. So for me, I would just push that spay neuter. Yeah. But
so do you have families, people that have those oopsie litters? Do they give them to y'all if they can't take care of them?
Well, you do need to surrender them technically. But we do get puppies and kittens that, definitely have to be someone's.
Yeah. And then so what is y'all's responsibility then after that situation happens?
Well, we
those
definitely
are brand new babies.
Yeah. I mean, that's when they need to go to foster and potentially be bottle fed. If they're with the mom, then that's good because mom can take care of them.
Yeah.
But definitely we're trying to get them fixed. I mean, the other day someone came and they said they saw some puppies running out of the woods. And we're like, what? And he saw some puppies running out of the woods and wrangled them all up. Who knows what those puppies were doing for? They had to be like 3 or 4 months at that point.
Wait, the woods surrounding the Humane Society?
No. They were
wherever they
although
lived.
that has happened. But wherever they lived.
Okay.
Yeah. And they wrangled them all up and brought them in, and they were like 4-month-old puppies that
and you're like, oh,
so
yeah.
Interesting. So I know you have individuals and families of all ages coming in every day. Are there a few stories that kind of stand out to you about this was amazing, this was sweet, this was kind of magical?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stories that, I could go on and on, but one of my favorite stories I've recently been thinking about is a dog that we had that came in and it was actually paralyzed, and we were able to get it treatment and pain medication. So now the dog walks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it came in, it couldn't move its legs at all. But we knew what to do pretty immediately. So that was really good. Anytime, I personally love when families all come in together and volunteer together. It's really, really sweet. There's so many stories. I'm like,
I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm sure. I didn't know if there were a couple that you really hang on to because they were just so special. They're kind of unforgettable.
Yeah. I think that Percy story when he came in was really unforgettable. Recently we had a dog that came in that, for me, it's the dogs and the cats that have issues with their back legs or aren't walking, and one came in, both hips shattered, able to get that fixed. It's a tripod dog now, but one leg able to get surgery on. So those really, really stick out to me. One time we had a dog come in. This one I think about a lot. Some of my friends have the puppies, but you would think she was a corgi, but those puppies came out. Half them came out like German shepherds, and I watched them. I watched her give birth. So I was there, with her. And yeah, half of them are like 80-pound dogs.
Oh my gosh.
But she's like a corgi. And the other half are like 30-pound corgi looking things. Couldn't tell you.
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
Who knows?
Okay, before we wrap things up, any information you want to share that we didn't ask you about?
I don't know. I think just support the pets and support your neighbor's pets. If you see someone who needs help, if they need help fixing their fence or something like that because their pet keeps getting out, see how you can help. Shame, blame, all of that. You don't want all of the shame and blame to get all mixed in together because everyone's just trying their best.
Yeah.
And how do people learn more about what we talked about today? How to volunteer, how to help out, tips about surrendering pets, and just helping out in general? Yeah,
so you can go to our website, aggielandhumane.org. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Facebook, all of those things. So, awesome. Or give us a call or stop by off Leonard Road.
Awesome.
And are there specific things that if people wanted to donate things that you would most eagerly embrace?
Right now, pet food for the pet food pantry. Any beds, blankets, things like that. Dog toys, especially the hard dog toys.
Does all of this need to be new, like the beds and the toys and things?
Okay. Does not have to be new. It can be used. And then, of course, money to make all these things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there a particular way that you would like to take in funds?
You can write whatever is easiest for you. You can write a check and mail it in. You can bring it by. You can do it through our website. You can make a gift through our website. Send a check through your bank. Your bank will do it for you. However works best for you. We're here to support. We'll take gifts of stock. We'll work with you. Whatever you have, however, you can give, we'll work with you on that.
Perfect. Savannah Gaines, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Brazos Matters is a production of Aggieland's Public Radio, 90.9 KAMU-FM, a member of Texas A&M University's Division of Community Engagement. Our show is engineered and edited by Matt Dittman. All Brazos Matters episodes are available on YouTube and on podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. Also on the NPR app and on the KAMU website. We'd love for you to rate and review and subscribe so you never miss an episode. For Macy Litterst, I'm Jay Sokol. Thanks so much for joining us.